Hello, everybody. Hello, Anne. Hello, Peter.
Hello.
Hello, Peter. This is the picture that we're doing because, and you should know it by heart by now, because we've been really looking at it over the last 2 or 3 weeks. And the idea this time is to do it freehand. And I will tackle it differently because I haven't got a drawing. If you look at the picture, the important thing in the picture, the thing that draws the eye, the thing that I really wanted to paint when I took the picture was the statue. And if I do this area here, this will provide me with a nice edge. So I don't have to worry about what's happening over here and over here, because that gives me a resting place. I can complete that before I even look at this. You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
So I don't have to work by putting in the pillars. You could, if it makes you happier to get this infrastructure in first and all the rest of it, and put him in afterwards, like we did when we were painting before, fine. What I'm doing is my way. It's not necessarily the best way. It's just a way that I think would work for me. Right. Now, the other thing I've done is change my color palette. I'm going for Prussian blue, because Prussian blue with raw sienna will give me a nice dull gray-green, which is what I've got here. Prussian blue will give me this nice blue for the sky. And in fact, there's quite a lot of Prussian in the carpet, if I get that far, because I've only got half an hour. Right. So, and for the initial darks, certainly on the statue, I'm going to use ultramarine violet instead of ultramarine blue. And I'm using the 2 ochres, yellow ochre, well, it's siennas, yellow ochre and burnt sienna. I could use raw sienna instead of yellow ochre. And I don't, because Hazel doesn't. It's just, she always seems to start off with yellow ochre and continues on from there. I could do that. I could do the statue first in yellow ochre and put the shadows in violet, but I rather fancy doing him in violet. So I'm going to start off by doing the statue, and then I'll put in his surround, and then I'll think about doing that one and that one afterwards. So, okay, we're off, sort of. I'm starting with a little brush because I've got little spaces to fill. If I was doing this side, I use a bigger brush to get that in. Okay. I don't normally advocate painting with a little brush because it makes you fiddle. However, let's see how we get on. That's my ultramarine violet. At the moment, that's a bit violent. Can you see this? Just right. So I'll put a bit more water in this. And I'll try it. I should be able to judge by looking at the paint how pale it's going to be, because the dark one's down there and this at this end is the color. I'm just going to try it there. It's a bit violent. I've added water. There's a lot of water on the brush. I took it off the brush before I go into the mix. Otherwise, I'd be adding even more water, and then all you get is coloured water. That isn't. I wet the brush and filled it with water and put a dot of brush in my mix. And then I took the rest of the water off the brush. So I didn't add even more water to the mix. And I think, if I try it, that's better. It's a nice sort of, right. Here we are, boy. Let's see what we can do with you. Right. Now I'm not drawing round the shape. I'm using the side of the brush where I can. It's a bit thick. You want it really that thick. One brush, do this. And then we've got I'm just looking at the shadows. Now I've rinsed the brush. Hope that I've got there in time. Because I want to tail off the shadow as it comes across his body here. And we add a bit more to this leg. The leg's quite thick. It's indiscreet. And then over here, I lost a bit here. Here, there is a shadow. And I've got the inside of this edifice here. To about there. Now, if I go into the Prussian blue, I remember Prussian blue is a beast. So we don't want a lot of Prussian blue. Yeah. Right. Now, he's got an arc of blue over here, over here. If we bring it down here, now I can do all of this because this Prussian blue will be going underneath the greens that are down here. So this is all right. I can take this all the way down, all the way down, all the way down. It'd be onto a thicker brush by now, but I get hung up on one thing. When we get down here, we've got to take notice of the edge of the plinth. And I think that comes out a bit more. Come on, come on, be good boy. Come on. Here we are. Right, so we've got the start of the plinth there coming, and I can take that in there. Really, yes, it started to bloom there. I don't mind about that because there's a great bit of green there, so I can look after that. And how have I got on here? Almost there. That's all right. Now, I want to add a bit of green to that, so I'm going to see what happens when I put a bit of yellow ochre. With a bit of a Prussian blue. I forget how much of a beast. Add a bigger brush. Oops. Be brave. Little bit. Right, so and I want a fair amount of paint, so clean the brush enough to get it now. It's the strongest Prussian blue. That'll do. Okay, so we've got the green up here over his arm. When we come down here, we've got to leave a bit of light for his face. There's a wing in there somewhere, but I think I'll ignore it. And we've got to leave the light for the side of his arm. There's a bit of light there. His hip is catching the light too. So we can right. Now then, while we're here, we've got to pay attention to this. The plinth is there. And that goes. Taking it out. Say your prayers because it's got Prussian blue in it. I think there's going to need a little bit of retouching there. Right, it's a mistake. Just leave it in. Just leave it in. Okay. In his arm, right? Left hand, right? Okay. Top of his arm is catching the light. And then the bits of it down here. I can stick a bit of yellow in, yellow in it. Down there. And between his legs now. This is where I'm going to need to be careful. Can I do it? Leave the light on the inside of his leg there, on the back of his calf there. And now his heels here clear, but this side is close. And there's a little sliver of something down here that gives you the angle of his calf and the angle of his foot. And on this side, gives you the straight edge of the there we are. Right, I can go back and continue to paint him afterwards, but I've got him basically where I more or less want. So now I'll go to this side and put in this arch. So again, around it, there's a sort of twiddle there, isn't there? See what fun you can have when you use the whole brush. Didn't make enough paint. Story of my life. And finish it. Now, where is it? Here. Come down to there. And we've got the blue sky, the blue sea there. It's darkened itself quite nicely, isn't it? I want it too negative. Just put a touch of sienna in the mix that's on the brush, so I haven't added any more there. Then there's this funky bits come out here. I have to wait for that to dry before I put things. So while I'm do the other side, this time I'll try and make it up. So I'll put this arch in now. And again, I can put the whole arch in. Because I'm going to be working on top of that with the green. I'll pick up this while I'm at it. A bit more yellow up there. I'm not looking for exactitude. Looking for something that's vaguely like what you've got. I still didn't make enough paint. Dark in here. I make that go like that. And then it goes across here too, doesn't it? This is dry now, so if I take the paint differently. More dark bits down here. A bit like a tree trunk there. Use itself out. Surface. It's actually a much brighter yellow down there, so I'll just take it straight off the. Well, we're about here. You can work on top. It's dry. Well, let's make it a bit darker there to show it up. That sort of helps to show the figure further forward. And these need a bit more zing to them. Again, I'm going to put a bit more weight at the bottom. It just helps to weigh down the bottom of the picture a bit. It also helps. That is straight. Okay. Now, if I clean up that yellow, and get true color. How much? Dear Lord. Okay. Well, I'm manifestly not going to get to furniture yet. But if I clean up the yellow, give myself some yellow ochre with a bit of water to it. I can put in this end of the picture. Would have helped if I'd wet it first. There we are. But what I'm doing now is sorry. How quickly you get that in it. I would like to wait for that to dry. Of course, I can't show you, can I? No, I've got more here. It doesn't matter if I put this where the furniture is. It matters if I put it where the plinth is, because that is supposed to be white. But it doesn't matter if I put it where the furniture is. This will help to define the edge of the plinth. So I'm keeping in mind the parts I want white. I'm trying to leave them as plain paper where I can. We've got the chair across there, haven't we? Across there. I can't put that in at the moment because that is wet. That is wet, and all manner of things are wet. So what I'll do for the last few minutes then is go back and have a look at the statue again. Because he's pretty basic the way he is at the moment. He needs to be a bit more thought about. Yeah, I can rest my hand there. So this is actually quite dark here. And move down. And then this is quite dark too, quite buckly dark. This touches top of his hand there. And then we've got the sort of swell of a muscle there. And the elbow, let's come down a bit. Then I take the water off the brush. I can use the paint that's already there to bring it down here. And that's still a bit strong, so I'll do it that way. Well, I want it to be quite as dark as that. And then down here, this is quite strongly dark here. This shape there. This is very strong. I've lost that beautiful line. Or just that line on the side of his body. There's some. Okay. Don't want that sharp line there. Relatively dry brush over that. I want this in here to be inky sharp. That's that is the line to his backside. Quite definitely very dark there. What I've lost is there. Let's go a little bit high. Nothing across here. Quite strong shadow under his chin and down his neck. That's his head. There. You've got more time in this, so you can be more delicate about how you're doing it. Good triangle of the nose there. Play on with this for hours, you know, and just muck about till you get something that satisfies. Well, sorry, folks. If I get this right, she's actually attached to the knot there. And that is definitely shadow.